Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, welcome back again. My name is Rahmat Ibowo. Currently, I'm on Bekasi, I guess. Yeah, this is my home. I just came back from the Ho Chi Minh. So, uh, in this video, we will review what the foolishness, the foolishness of material Rakil. Yeah. He said that he just know this bitumen. Yo, this was high school chemistry materials, bro. This is the one of the hydrocarbon. You should go back again to high school to know this. You also said it's a bitumen, just say it aspal in Indonesia. So let's just play the Instagram Reels.
Ini cairan hitam apaan ya? Yuk kita bahas. Halo semuanya, gue Rakil dari Material Rakil. Dan kali ini kita bahas nih cairan yang sangat rahasia. Karena ya, waktu gue cari-cari nih, uniknya dia tuh dianggap material transparan. Tapi bukan karena nggak kelihatan nih, tapi lebih ke arah karena dia nggak terapresiasi dan nyatu aja ke background. Padahal perannya sangatlah penting. Dia ini yang menjaga infrastruktur dunia nggak rusak. Kenalin, ini adalah material bitumen. Dan lucunya ya, kita anggap dia itu sebagai material bottom of the barrel. Karena ya literally nih, kalau kita lihat di selisih bertingkat, dia itu yang urutannya paling bawah. Walaupun gitu ya, karena sifat yang lengket dan air nih, dia cocok banget digunain sebagai pelapis atap anti bocor. Dan uniknya juga ya, dia tuh sifatnya viskoelastis, di mana dia bisa bersifat padat maupun cair, tergantung temperatur dan tegangannya. Dan ini sangat kepake nih untuk melindungi jalanan pas panas maupun dingin, supaya jalannya nggak mudah retak dan juga rusak. BTW nih, kalau kalian suka main paddle atau renang ya, ternyata di sana juga ada bitumennya loh. Jadi sekarang, kayaknya kita harus mulai apresiasi deh material bitumen ini. Makasih ya bitumen ya. Saking pentingnya bitumen ini, PT Chandra Daya Investasi Tbk melalui anak perusahaannya nih, PT Redeko Petrol Utama, lagi bikin 3 tangki bitumen baru. Dan kapasitasnya itu sampai 12.000 meter kubik di Merak, Banten. Dan saat ini ya, progresnya udah 75% dan berjalan sesuai target. Dengan terbentuknya
God,
3
there's
tangki
an ad.
ini diharapkan dapat mengatasi kebutuhan bitumen
It's just for an ad.
melancarkan pembangunan infrastruktur di seluruh Indonesia. Gokil. Ini cairan hitam apaan ya?
Bro, the last part, you built an ads based on the oxo-degradable plastic, say it safer for the environment, hypocrite. And then now you are promoting the bitumen or asphalt for making it road and infrastructure, but you don't know the problems about using the bitumen. Are you really a content creator or just a buzzer, bro? With 500,000, so you see, with 500,000 followers, you can make a mess, making a mess of amount of people become a fool. This is the problem. I just going to show you the problem of the using bitumen or asphalt for the road under global warming. So bitumen remains one of the most practical road binders because it is waterproof, workable, recyclable, repairable, and viscoelastic. The same viscoelasticity is the central weakness under climate stress. At moderate temperatures, bitumen can relax stress and help close fine cracks. Yeah, because in the moderate temperature, if there's a crack, the bitumen can make it some kind of fluid and then close the cracks. And then at excessive pavement temperatures, viscosity falls, binder mobility rises, and asphalt mixtures can become vulnerable to rotting, bleeding, shoving, tackiness, polishing, and loss of skid resistance. The material is therefore not simply bad because it gets sticky or good because it heals a crack. It is a conditional technology whose performance depends on the climate zone, traffic loading, speed, binder grade, aggregate structure, air voids, aging, drainage, and maintenance. The strongest critic is that many road agencies still treat historical climate as a stable design basis under global warming and urban heat islands. Yesterday's high temperature performance grade may become tomorrow's under design binder. The strongest defense that is that asphalt is highly adaptable. Polymer modification, stone matrix asphalt, balanced mix design, warm mix production, reclaimed asphalt pavement, rejuvenators, porous or cool surfaces, preventive sealing, and self-healing technologies can manage the risk when evidence and life cycle thinking drive procurement. So, final position, bitumen should not be abandoned. It should be governed as a temperature-sensitive infrastructure material. Any road program that expands asphalt without climate-adjusted performance specifications, heat island accounting, rotting tests, moisture tests, aging tests, and maintenance funding is making an unpriced risk transfer to future road users. So this bitumen viscosity trade-off. So this is if it's too cold or aged, binder stiffens, fatigue, and thermal cracks open, water enters the pothole, risk rises. Controlled warm, binder relaxed, stress, fine cracks can close by flow rest periods, and additive helps. Too hot, binder softens, and migrates rotting, bleeding, and thickness and skin resistance can decline. Scope and method have 5 dimensions: data interpretation, methodology, causal logic, quantification and uncertainty, and implementation or distributional impact. Okay, what bitumen does well? Bitumen is the glue in asphalt concrete. A typical asphalt mix is mostly aggregate with a much smaller percentage of binder. The enduring appeal is clear. It can be heated, mixed, compacted, milled, and reused. It accommodates small movement better than rigid materials. It creates waterproofing layers. When designed and compacted properly, it supports rapid repair, lane reopening, stage rehabilitations. Okay, the core scientific tension, viscosity. Bitumen behaves partly like an elastic solid and partly like a viscous fluid. At lower temperature or short loading times, it is stiffer. High temperature, it flows more easily. Okay, so why heat can help? Heat can support the crack healing. This is truthful part of the optimistic claim. Bitumen's ability to soften is not inherently a defect. It is why small cracks may partly close instead of propagating. Why heat can harm? When pavement temperature exceeds the mix design assumptions, the same softening can become a failure mechanism. The binder loses shear resistance. Traffic loads push the mixture sideways or downward. Binder can migrate upward and produce bleeding or flushing. If macro texture is filled by binder, weather skid resistance can decline. In slow traffic lanes, bus stops, intersections, port, toll plazas, steep grades, heat plus loading duration is especially damaging. Climate change and urban heat. Why old margins shrink? This is the IPCC AR6 Working Group 2 reports threat cities, settlements, and key infrastructures as a major climate risk domain. So climate stress pathway for asphalt roads, warming climate, more hot days, longer heat wave, urban heat island, low albedo, reduced cooling, hot pavement, surface can exceed air temperature sharply, binder response, lower viscosity, less shear resistance. Adaptation portfolio, this is the constructive use of heat, self-healing, microcracks, and then failure modes, rotting, bleeding, and shelving cracking after aging water. This 5-dimension critic. Common weak claim, asphalt roads fail because bitumen gets sticky in global warming. Critics disclaim identify the real mechanism. Data should be demanded before blaming bitumen alone about pavement surface and stuff. And then evaluate asphalt by annual average air temperature, yeah. And then causal logic rigor, the defensible causal chain is greenhouse, warming, urbanization, increased heat exposure, and stuff, quantification and uncertainty, feasibility and distributional impact. Just read. Deep critique of self-healing road narrative. The realistic claim is fine binder level cracks can partly heal When surfaces, contact, and molecular phase mobility is sufficient, healing is strongest before cracks widen, oxidize, pump water, or connect to base failure. The unrealistic claim is a heat alone will repair potholes. A sticky surface is evidence of beneficial healing. Self-healing eliminates preventive maintenance. Okay. Conclusion, self-healing should be treated as a maintenance life extender, not as a substitute for structural design. This material and design alternative, climate adjusted binder selection, polymer modified bitumen, stone matrix asphalt, and aggregate skeleton design, balanced mix design, cool pavement and albedo strategy, recycling and reduced veneer, concrete, white topping, and hybrid structures. This is the policy recommendations. This is the final verdict. Well, bitumen is not obsolete in warming world, but the old casual confidence in conventional asphalt is obsolete. The material's greatest advantage, viscosity adaptability, is also its greatest climate vulnerability. I also attached the reference here. So, to material Lakil, are you really an expert in material science, or you just a buzzer for that damn company who just wants its valuation increase? Bro, are you a buzzer or an educator? I think you are a buzzer fooling hundred thousands of Indonesian, 500,000 Indonesia were defooled by you. You are unfit. You never worked properly, bro. You just start your own company after you graduate. You don't understand the market. You just understand about being a content creator, not as an educator, but just a buzzer. Such a low living thing, bro.